What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Fanboy Talks, where we talk about everything fanboys and fangirls literally anybody cares about. My name is Vaughn Hyde.
I am Chase Hopkins.
And today we're going to be talking about whether or not we like numbered reviews. So basically, like, when people do movie reviews, game reviews, anything like that, and they end up, in the end, putting a monetary value on it. Or, like, basically just, like, a number on it. I personally really hate that. I feel like it oversimplifies the review, but I mean, I understand why some people enjoy it. It's very easy to understand if something's good or bad when it has a like specific number review.
And I'm totally for it. Just like what you said there is it's more of like a quick answer to what I'm looking for.
It's convenient.
Yeah, and if it's a game I'm really looking like, oh, I really might want to get into this, and I look and it has a 5, I'm not necessarily not going to get it. I'm going to then read the review.
Yeah, it's very true.
It's more of like okay, if it's like 8 or above, you know, it's a good game. So I'm just like, okay, I wanted it. These people said it's an 8. It's been getting solid 8s, maybe 8.5. Then I'm going to say, yeah, I'll buy it, without even reading the review. But if it's a game I'm really anticipating and it has like a 5, I'll read it and see if maybe there's just something they really didn't like. Oh, the story was lacking, but the gameplay was great. Yeah. Then I'll get it, because I don't care too much about story.
You're like, fuck story.
Yeah.
It's gameplay.
But it's more of like a streamlined process, like do they like it, yes or no? And do I like plan on, or do I anticipate it? And if I anticipate it and it's like an 8, I'm just going to get it.
Yeah.
But if I'm anticipating it and it's like a 5 or a 6, I'll read why, and then maybe read someone else's, and like collaborate the two like ideas.
Yeah, you're basically going to take both and see what you feel. I think I specifically like non-numbered reviews because of the way that I like to review things. And if you guys haven't watched any of our reviews, you should check them out. We've reviewed several games, movies, and all sorts of stuff. I personally don't like putting a number on any of it because I feel like that is my deal. I feel like it oversimplifies everything. Like, it basically takes away from the character of something, because a lot of people like won't. Yeah, it's kind of like, my problem with it is the exact reason that you like it, is that if you see that it has like a low score or high score, you can't ignore it, or you will do something about it. You'll like actually read it. And I hate that, because a lot of people will just give up on something because they see a low review score. They won't actually listen to the people's opinions on it. That's specifically why we on this channel don't necessarily give number reviews. I mean, if you guys would enjoy that, I would definitely be open to doing that. But I would do it in a much different way. But I just feel like from a lot of, like, I've heard how, like, IGN does their reviews and a bunch of other places, and they basically have this score sheet, and they go down and they, like, check their boxes, and they give it some sort of, like, very specific number value. And then in the end, I feel like that's kind of disingenuous. I feel like they aren't really trying as hard as they possibly could to tell people about if this game is good or bad, because they're giving it like they're giving it specifically like a number. And I don't know. I feel like it's always kind of taken away from what the game really is by giving it a number.
No, see, and that makes sense to me, that people like yourself, or really like most gamers out there, they don't really want to know the score and stuff, because they're there for like the story. You wonder why Horizon's selling so well. You wonder why all these other games like the Uncharted series or The Last of Us, why those sell so well. And it's not necessarily gameplay, it's about the story in itself. And I just don't care for that. I will never play Horizon.
True.
And I'm sure it's a great game, and I trust you that it's a great game.
Yeah.
I just have no interest.
Yeah, it's very true.
That's why right now I think to myself, man, I don't have a lot of games to play. And everyone else is sitting there like, I have too many games to play.
Yeah, I have so many games.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here like, I have nothing to play, and it's kind of irritating hearing about everyone enjoying their awesome games. Their game that's probably going to win Game of the Year in Horizon if Red Dead doesn't come out and, like, whoop everything down. But everyone enjoys these games, and I would like to, but I just don't have the attention span for that.
See, I feel like this is also, like, since you brought up Game of the Year, I feel like that's also one of the reasons that I feel that these specific numbers are, like, ruining games, because there are games that have really amazing aspects to them that I feel could be Game of the Year because they have, like, such amazing combat, they have such so many amazing things about them, but then they'll never be taken truly seriously because so many, like, Metacritic gave it a 5. Or, like, some stupid shit like that. And these games will never be... They'll always be looked down upon because of these, like, stupid number scores. When there's a couple people, like, they have reviews like ours when they talk about how awesome they think this game is.
The good and the bad.
Yeah, they talk about the good and the bad. And I feel like in a lot of reviews, especially, like... This is kind of just me being a little nitpicky right now, but especially I've noticed, like, more recently, I was watching a couple reviews from IGN, and it seemed like they were being, like, overly negative about certain games. Like, I watched their review on Drawn to Death, which I think is really fun, but they basically talked about it, like, they're like, oh yeah, I really hate when they make, like, they make stupid dick jokes, and they make you feel like an idiot, and all sorts of stuff, and I was like, that's kind of what the atmosphere of this game was supposed to be like. They meant for this game to be that way. And I don't understand how they could, like, completely, like, write that off because this one person didn't enjoy that. And it just really annoyed me.
And this year in particular, winning Game of the Year is gonna be a big feat.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch
because there's
of
Breath of
games
the Wild, there's Horizon, there's hopefully Red Dead. We can only hope it comes out this year.
Oh, Red Dead is definitely coming out.
You say that, but Grand Theft Auto 5 was pushed back. But
that's fair, yeah.
I'm hoping that it comes out this year, and it's going to be a real battle. Like a lot of years, you could put Horizon maybe winning almost every other year.
Yeah, it won Game of Show like pretty much every year at E3. But with this upcoming E3, I'm super excited to see more than likely some Red Dead stuff.
And it's not something you would necessarily see coming from Guerrilla Games.
Yeah, it's not Killzone. But I'm so excited to see what happens with this year's Game of the Year, specifically because of all the, like, huge contenders that are out there. Like, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, I love, but I would have never, like, since we're talking about numbered scores, I would never give that game a 10 out of 10. There's things that annoy the shit out of me in that game, and that's another reason that I hate the numbered scores, because a lot of people see 10 out of 10, and they won't go in and read that, like, the weapon degradation is a big fucking pain in the ass. Like, everyone just kind of writes that off. Also,
like, oh, that's part of the game, when in reality, it may be part of the game, but it can make a game very not enjoyable.
It was a truly flawed concept. Like, the weapon degradation in that game is probably one of the only things that is actually bad.
I hate that in every single game. Like, Dying Light is so irritating. If I find a weapon that I like, just let me use it.
I understand why they do it, but I feel like, okay, so in certain games I feel like it's okay. Like in Dark Souls, yes, your weapons degrade, but that's kind of like, it's what's supposed to happen, and they don't degrade as fast as they do in Breath of the Wild. And you fight like one person in Breath of the Wild and your weapon's broke.
And Dark Souls has the, like...
Dark Souls, you can also repair your weapons.
Well, it's known that if you're going to play Dark Souls, you better be in for a ride. Because
it's fucking hard.
It is notoriously hard.
Yeah.
So that makes sense in that type of aspect. But in a game where it's like Zelda, where I guess they are trying to capture a new audience, not us that played Zelda on the 64 or something. They're trying to capture a new audience, so they have to add some new wrinkles into it. But it's like, it's a little irritating. Irritating. It may not be that hard, but it's just irritating.
Yeah, it's definitely irritating. That's like one of the only things that I could truly say was wrong with that game, but I feel like it wasn't conveyed enough in reviews because of this one, like, monetary value. Plus, I would like to say, I hate that people okay, so there was this whole deal with Breath of the Wild. Sorry, I kind of got all weird there for a second. There's this whole deal with Breath of the Wild. The reviewers actually, like, came out and, like, said that they were a big part of Breath of the Wild, or like a big part of their reviews for it had to do with their nostalgia of these games, and that it was like a great game, and they were basically going to give it a great score either way because it was a Zelda game. And I feel like that's pretty ridiculous. I loved Mass Effect, and I actually really enjoy Mass Effect Andromeda and love the trilogy, but I did I did state in our review that it has some issues. Like, if you can get past them, that's fine. But I straight up came out and said, if you guys can't get past technical issues, then this is not a game for you. That you shouldn't have bought it. And I feel like a monetary system, like a number value, really couldn't have conveyed that. So if, like, in the beginning of it, or just, like, throughout it, if I would have just given it a 5, people would have given up on that game beforehand instead of, like, trying it and finding out that the reason I would have given it this specific number was because of, like, people probably won't be able to get past all of the technical issues and all the glitches.
But a lot of the time, if you think about it, nostalgia is really bad for video games.
Nostalgia's terrible for video
But those
games.
people saying, oh, I'm going to give it a good score no matter what. Well, I could say that about, like, let's say, like, a Pokemon game. I could go into, what are the new ones, Sun and Moon, or X and Y, or whatever. I could go into Sun and Moon and be like, I'm going to like this game because it's Pokemon. That may not be the case.
I love Mass Effect Andromeda. Like, I love that Mass Effect Andromeda is part of the Mass Effect universe, but I even stated in our review that I love it for different reasons than I love the original Mass Effect trilogy. And, like, nostalgia wasn't necessarily a part of, like, why I love that game. Like, I love some of the nods to it and everything, but it wasn't necessarily, like, the reason that I enjoy it.
And I'll give this to you towards your argument that you don't like the number system. Because there are people that are going to read it, and they're going to think, well, this person didn't like it, or this company didn't like it. They're a big name. I'm not going to like it. And if it's something they really anticipated, that might be taken away from their enjoyment, because you never know. You might like it even though they don't. You just have to read.
Yeah, I feel like the only thing that sucks is I feel like I kind of, like, lost my train of thought there for a second, so it's just, like, all awkward. I feel like that a lot of people write off things immediately because of what somebody says. And, like, I was thinking about how I did a review on Digimon World Next Order, and I'm glad that I didn't put a number on that, because a lot of people really, like, there are people who enjoyed that game, and I definitely understand that. And it's like, especially in the gaming world and, like, reviewing and doing all sorts of stuff, kind of anything that we do, or any sort of games journalism company, anything does, it's all based on your opinion, and I feel like that's a hard thing to convey with a number.
And something people don't know is opinion is not fact.
Yeah, like, I loved that on that video I had so many, like, I had some really hardcore fans of Digimon, like, basically try to talk me out of it, like, saying that it had all these redeeming qualities and stuff. I just never really saw them. I didn't enjoy that game very much. I'm glad that some people did, but I really want people to, like, look at our reviews, to watch our reviews, and understand why we did or did not like something, and not, like, I don't put numbers on them because I want people to give something a chance.
And take it with a grain of salt, because,
yeah,
like I said, Horizon's not going to win Game of the Year for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a huge, like, story fan. It's probably gonna win Game of the Year because I've heard so many great things about it.
It's got
it's in the ring.
Got steep competition, but yeah, it's definitely
it's in the ring. But it would never win it for me because that's not my style. My style is more online, competitive, like a MOBA or something.
Yeah.
I just prefer to play against other people rather than computers, just because it gives me more of a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely understand.
Or a sense of they just whooped my ass. But that's not a computer, so it's fine. Yeah. That person was just better than me.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you click the like button down below. Helps us out a bunch. Make sure you click that subscribe button. We post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We also might post videos in between. Thank you guys so much for listening to us rant about stupid shit all the time. It's so awesome. Yeah, that's almost it for today. I hope you guys comment, letting us know how you feel about the number system. And if you guys like it, we might even integrate it into our reviews. If that's what you guys want to see.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 would recommend this video. Yep, definitely. Check out our other videos too. Alrighty, I hope you have a good one. Bye.